It is 6:31, June 18th, 2024. We'll call this meeting to order. Item 1A, this meeting of the Seguin Independent School District has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Section 551.043 of the Texas Government Code. Item 1B, pledges to the United States flag and Texas flag, followed by a moment of silence. And Cassidy Daly, an eighth grader from Barnes, will lead us in the pledges.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Cassidy. And I will move to item 1C, superintendent announcements.
Good evening, Matador Nation. The summer meal program is in full swing thanks to our child nutrition department. Families are encouraged to pick up free breakfast and lunch for children ages 1 through 18 through August 1st. Our meal locations this summer are McQueenie, Rodriguez and Vogel Elementaries, Ball Early Childhood Center, Seguin High School, the Outdoor Learning Center, and Park West and Starkey Park. Grab and Go and meal bundles are available at McQueenie. For more information on the summer meal program, please see our posts on social media. The Texas Education Agency, TEA, has released the Spring 2024 STAR End of Course EOC assessment results. These results include Algebra 1, English 1, English 2, Biology, and U.S. History assessments. Parents and families can view their child's individual STAR EOC results by visiting the Seguin ISD self-serve application on our website. Additionally, results for STAR grades 3 through 8 assessments were made publicly available on June 14th. Parents and families can now view their child's individual 3 through 8 results using the unique access code provided by their child's school or by logging into the self-serve application portal. We are hiring bus drivers. Starting pay is $19.76 per hour, and up to 30 hours per week is available. Exceptional health, dental, and vision benefits are offered, as is TRS retirement. Apply today at SeguinISD.net. Thanks to the Bond 2023 voters, the Seguin High School baseball team held its first practice on the new field at the baseball and softball complex. Thank you, Seguin ISD community, for making this dream a reality. A big thank you to KENS 5 reporter Jeremy Baker for visiting Seguin ISD last week to do a story on our district's dual language program. He visited Kennedy and Rodriguez Elementaries and interviewed students Asher Popa and Dominic Dorantes Estrada. The two interviewees did a great job communicating the benefits of the dual language education. Seguin ISD will be closed the week of July 4th. I wish everyone a safe Independence Day holiday, and remember, it's a great day to be a Matador.
Thank you, Dr. Leahy. We'll now move on to item 1D, board member reports, and we'll start. Lisa?
Well, after the whirlwind month of May, I think it calmed down a little bit, but I think the biggest thing was graduation. And it's my first Seguin High School graduation, and I was in awe of how well it was run, the number of excellence with the students and their awards and so forth. And of course, the finale of the fireworks was very awesome, so that was my favorite part.
Yes, I did love graduation. It was wonderful to see all the accomplishments of our students on display there. It was exciting to break ground on the addition for Barnes. And it's been exciting to see all the summer programs besides the child nutrition, the ACE program and the partnership with the Science Mill, all the things that are going on for our students in the summer.
I guess I can echo what they just said. I was extremely excited about breaking ground at Barnes Middle School, and so thankful that the voters saw fit to pass that on, and look forward to visiting it very soon and seeing it go up and being developed. I'm also excited about the softball baseball fields, that they are coming along and that they were actually able to practice on it. So that's amazing. That's it.
I also will add that graduation was great, and I'll add that I have a great nephew and a great niece that graduated. There's some more in the pipeline.
Well, so the graduation and the Team of 8 training and the Barnes ceremony. It was interesting to see a couple of the workers from Kaler actually said that they went to Barnes when it was first built. So now, and one of them has a son there, so they're actually going to see the building expand when they used to attend it. So that was pretty interesting. So now we'll move to item 2, recognition/campus presentations. 2A, student, staff, board, community recognition. Dr. Vicky.
Today we are recognizing the Barnes Middle School Destination Imagination Team, DI team, global competitors. This evening we are Matador proud to recognize our Barnes Middle School Destination Imagination team that advanced to global competition this past spring. Michael Olstad, our creative and critical thinking program coordinator, is here to tell us more about their accomplishments.
So can I just talk from back here? I mean, so it doesn't take time, you won't have any trouble hearing me.
The people at home will.
Okay, so destination imagination.
Mr.
Oh, did you use the mic?
Yeah, the people at home will have trouble hearing.
Oh, I didn't. Technology. Can I face this one? All right. Okay, so Destination Imagination is a program that teaches the steps and the procedures of critical thinking. Way back in 1988, Seguin bought into the program and it was first introduced. So we have been doing it for 36 years. Within the first 5 years, we became, as a district, a force at the international level. They even learned to call us Seguin instead of Seguin when they would call us up to get our medals. We'd have an awful lot of people come up to us and say, what are you guys doing in that small community in Texas? This year, there were 654 teams from 15 countries. There are two parts to the program. One of them is the central challenge, and there are 6 of those. Each one of those has 13 to 15 scoring elements, so the kids know exactly what they need to do. The second part, and they all require STEM. So every problem will have some science, technology, engineering, fine arts, and math. The teams move through 3 competitions. So they go through the region, the state, and then state right to global. The second part, and this is the part that is probably the most significant, is called the instant challenge. And that is when the kids go into a room and they have no idea what they're going to get. But what they know is they have a very small window to solve it. It can be any of the 3. It could be a task where they have to create something. It could be a performance where they have to bring together some kind of story, or a combination of the 2. They will walk into a room and they will have 2 to 3 minutes to figure out how to solve it, what the challenge is, and how to solve it, and they will have 3 to 5 minutes to solve it. This year, the team from Seguin missed having the highest IC score for the middle schools, and there were 44 teams in the world. They finished less than 2 points behind China. Wow. So that speaks volumes. Okay, that's really pretty much it. I talked a little bit about the team. Many of them have been together doing this since 3rd grade. The grandmother who has been coaching the team has been involved in it for 34 years, which is even longer than I have been involved in it. In 21, they finished 5th. In 22, they finished 3rd. When you get 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, you get what we call, you get to do the run, which means you literally get to run up and get your medal. If you place 4th through 10th, you're on what we call the board. And that's huge, because to place in the top 10 says a lot. So anyway, they got a 3rd, they got a 5th, and this year they got a 6th, along with a very high IC score. The most important part of the program is the opportunity for teams to advance to each competition. And the reason that is so important is because whatever score they get at the regional level, they have got to do better. They've got to bump those scores. And this team, jumping from region to state, they didn't bump the scores. And we were a little concerned, but they made it, and their improvement from state to global was amazing. And it's one of the things that makes the program and the levels of competition so powerful. This is one of those things that our students for years from Seguin put on their resumes for jobs and for advanced education, and it is recognized as something that helps them stand out. The team members are Ava Martinez, if you will stand, please. She has been doing it since kindergarten. Paige, who isn't here. We got Piper, who, fun story, she moved to Wisconsin, but we kept her on the team, and that has helped us a lot learning about technology. We have Allie Schwibelbein, and she has been doing it for also forever. And when she first started, she had taught. We have Cassidy Daly, and if you know Cassidy, she brings something very special. A lot of energy. And Mason, Matoka, how do I say it? Matoka. He has been a saving grace for the girls. And then we have one that is missing in California, enjoying his family, and that's Ryan Adams. That's what we got. Thank you very much. Come on up, guys.
Next, I am told that we usually do not have a Superintendent's Apple Award in the summer, but we are today. Tonight, it is a pleasure to present the Apple Award to a staff member who has served Seguin ISD for 28 years. During her tenure, which includes 24 years as a teacher and 4 years as a professional staff member, she has worked tirelessly to make Seguin ISD a healthier and safer place for staff, students, and families. The first to start and the last to stop. She takes pride in going the extra mile and giving 110% for all members of the Seguin ISD family. She epitomizes the meaning of the servant leadership, and you'll see her involved with various events and programs across the district, including HEB Adventure Camp for our 7th grade students. Seguin ISD work is her work, and she does it all with grace and kindness. Let us have a warm Matador applause for our June Apple Award recipient, a person who I have come to know and love very much, Seguin ISD Student Services Coordinator, Elizabeth Moore.
Let's make 2 rows. Get in the middle.
Was he sticking his tongue out?
There you go, there you go. That's a good one, Dawson. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Good job, baby.
So now we'll move to item number 3, the audience with the board. No one from the audience signed up to speak today, so we'll go to item number 4, which is reports and information items. 4A, introduction of newly appointed administrators. Mr. Trevino will present.
Good evening, Board President Guerra, faculty dean, board members, guests. Today is my privilege to introduce 2 newly appointed administrators in Seguin ISD. First, I am going to ask Mr. J. Law to come up to the front, the new principal at Barnes Middle School.
Dr. Beal, board members, thank y'all so much for this opportunity. I've been getting my feet wet for about a month now, doing both jobs, but it's kind of fun. I'm really looking forward to this new role. I've been in the district for a long time now, and this is just a really good excitement for me. You should see the work that they've already done. They've already torn out the floor. The stage is gone in the cafeteria already, and the library is pretty empty. So they're making progress already. They're going to knock it out for us, but we're really looking forward to it. We're going to work on the culture and really work on some changes, and hopefully we'll have a great year. So thank you all so much for this opportunity. Really look forward to it.
Thank you.
I hope so.
And now I present to you Ms. Bianca Slaw, Director of Catholic College High School and P-Tech.
Dr. V. Hill, Board President Mr. Guetta, and Board of Trustees. I didn't know I was going to have to prepare a speech today, but I like to, first of all, thank you for this opportunity that I have. I am a matador. I graduated from this community, so it is with pleasure that I get to serve this community in this capacity. And I'm so excited because it aligns with all of my other jobs, positions that I've held, counselor, teacher, coach. So this is just right in my wheelhouse, so to speak. So I'm very excited to put some tweaks on the program, and I hope that eventually we get to where we have to even do a lottery system, because we have so many kids and so many students that want to participate in our program. So very happy. Thank you again for this opportunity. I would also like to thank my husband. I know he has been a great motivator and just, has motivated me to move in this direction. So thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Paul. So now we'll move to item 4B, notice of intent to apply for federal grants, and Ms. Borden will present.
Good evening, Mr. Garrett, Dr. Behill, and board members. I am here today just for an informational item only. We are obligated to, notify, I'm looking at the word right here. We're obligated to notify the public of our intent to apply for federal grants. And so that is what I'm here to do today. If you'll move on to the next slide, please. This is a list of the grants. Next. Oh, I have it. Can I start over? Well, that's no excuse. So here we have a list of all of the grants that we're going to apply for by the end of the summer. At the end of June, we're applying for all of the title grants, and I listed the purpose and the planning amounts next to each grant. The amounts that we are receiving are just planning amounts, and as we move closer into the school year, TEA will notify us of the final amounts, and towards the end of the school year, they will notify us if there's any roll forward from the current year that was not spent. So this is our planning amounts for the year. And we intend to use the bulk of it for staff. Are there any questions? Perfect, because I don't know if I would answer this question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ward. Now we'll move to item number 5, the closed session. Board will adjourn into closed session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meeting Act. 5A, pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071, 551.074, 551.129, consultation with legal counsel, including possible telephone consultation with legal counsel as necessary to address legal concerns, implications, and answer any legal questions regarding posted agenda items. 5B, pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074, discuss personnel matters, including appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of employee or employees. 5C, pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.072, discuss the sale, purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. So it is 6:59, and we will now convene the closed session. now reconvene to open session. And the board will take appropriate action on items if necessary, as discussed in closed sessions. 6A, possible action on professional personnel, including employment, evaluation, assignment, duties, discipline or dismissal of employee or employees. There was no action taken on 6A. So now we'll move on to the consent agenda items. Consider and possible approval as applicable. Policy BE local states that the consent agenda shall include items of routine and/or recurring nature grouped together under one action item. All such items shall be acted upon by one vote without separate discussion unless a board member requests that an item be withdrawn for individual consideration. The remaining items shall be adopted under a single motion and vote as applicable. Seven A, approval of board minutes of regular meeting, May 21st, 2024, and Team of 8 training, May 22, 2024. 7B, approval of tax collection reports for May 2024. 7C, approval of proposed budget amendments and financial statements for April 2024. 7D, approval of donations received, May 2024. 7E, approval of agreement with Texas Association of School Boards for workers' compensation coverage and property, liability, and fleet insurance for the period July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025. 7F, approval of district-wide vehicle maintenance, parts and services, RFP 24-01. 7G, approval of district-wide plumbing systems maintenance, equipment, parts and services, RFP 2402. 7H, approval of district-wide HVAC system maintenance, equipment, parts and services, RFP 2403. 7I, approval of district-wide facilities maintenance, electrical equipment, parts and services, RFP 2404. 7J, approval of district-wide special education services, RFP 24-05. 7K, approval of district-wide student accident and athletic insurance, RFP 24-12. 7L, Region 20 annual commitment forms. 7M, information regarding purchases through the Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative for a total cost of $67,171. 7N, information regarding purchases through the TIPS Purchasing Cooperative for a total cost of $176,000. 7O, personnel information, professional employees. 7P, acknowledge Public Information Act request, May through June 2024. Does any board member wish to pull an item for the consent agenda? Do I hear a motion?
I move that we accept consent agenda items A through P.
Motion has been made by Ben Amador, second by Linda Duncan, to approve all the consent agenda items. Are there any discussions? Any discussions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed 5-0. Now we'll move on to the action items. 8A, adoption of 2024-25 budgets for the general operating fund, child nutrition fund, and debt service fund. And Ms. Oaks will present.
Good evening. I have attached the three budgets that it is up to the board to adopt annually: our general fund, our child nutrition fund, and our debt service fund. If y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Does any board member have any questions for Liz? Do I hear a motion to approve item 8A?
Move to approve.
Motion has been made by Ben Malo. Do I hear a second? Second by Grace Mueller. Are there any discussions? Any discussions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed 5-0. Before we go to item 8B, I would like to just make a comment on the budget. Seguin ISD, along with many school districts across the state of Texas, is currently managing budget challenges. Many of these challenges were primarily caused by a lack of action from the ADA Texas Legislature, specifically in regard to funding of public schools. The inaction has resulted in insufficient funding, which has been compounded by no increases to the basic student allotment over the past 6 years. Maintaining and operating a school district with increased inflation during the same time frame has added to these significant budgetary challenges. While the last legislative session did propose to allocate $3.99 billion for public education, the proposal was tied to a voucher bill that did not pass. If implemented, a voucher program will further erode public school funding. Therefore, moving forward, the SISD administration is taking a proactive approach and will be proposing several plans designed to improve our financial outlook and reverse our current deficit. Our last action item on tonight's meeting agenda includes the first step towards a potential voter-approved tax rate election, commonly referred to as VATER. This process involves raising additional funds through the issue of golden pennies. This concept was explained earlier this evening during our public meeting that included discussions on the budget and proposed tax rate for 2024-2025 school year. We can no longer take the wait-and-see approach that some of our current legislators are taking when making decisions concerning public education. Seguin ISD voters last approved a tax notification election in September 2016. Should we move forward with the VATER in the coming months, we will host a series of community presentations and help communicate the proposal to our stakeholders. So now we'll move on to item 8B, consideration and take possible action to approve granting of easements and approval of purchase agreements for City of Seguin water distribution line. Easements located in 1231 East Kingsbury Street, Seguin, Texas. And Liz will present.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra. The City of Seguin has an ongoing project with their water lines, and we have been going back and forth about a permanent easement and 2 temporary construction easements that are right out in front of this building. This is a description of what they will be doing as a 24-inch pipeline on Cedar Street. This is an aerial here. You can see the permanent easement in the green and then the 2 temporary construction easements in the blue. We have gone through the whole process of notifying Arlen's and the Grind Coffee Shop to let them know that this was taking place, and done everything that we could to, we want to keep their traffic flow going so that they don't lose any customers. And the city has been great to work with. Originally, we were thinking we were going to have to take the sign down out in front and move it, or wait 2 years to put it back up, but we have figured out a way to leave that sign up. They also have agreed to replace any foliage that is damaged or has to be removed. We are working through that. We have a tree that may be in the way. And they have also agreed to do the work that will affect the turning lanes during the evening hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. So this resolution will give us the authority to sign the agreement by June 30th. They have offered Seguin ISD $112,900 for these 3 easements. This is just the timing. Obviously tonight, is a resolution on the agenda. And then we must sign the purchase agreement on June 30th unless for some reason the city is not ready to move forward at this point that they think that they will be. We'll allow 60 days for closing, and then the project should take about 2 years. Y'all have any questions?
So you said it'll take about a year?
About 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully not that long. And they will leave at least one lane open from both entrances into the parking lot during the day so people will be able to get into both Arlen's and On the Grind in their main entrance.
Mr. President, I move to approve the granting of easements and approval of purchase agreement for the City of Seguin water distribution line easements located at 1231 East Kingsbury Street, Seguin, Texas.
Second.
Motion has been made by Linda Duncan to approve action item 8C and second by Ben Amador. Are there any discussions? Any discussion? Or 8B, I'm sorry. Are there any discussions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed, 5-0. Item 8C, consideration and take possible action to approve delegating authority to the Chief Financial Officer, Elizabeth Oaks, to execute any and all necessary documents to grant a right-of-way easement for real property located at 1329 Elko Road, Seguin, Texas.
This is way more simple than it sounds. There's simply a water meter on this property that we purchased, and in order for us to put it in the school's name, they are requiring that we do this resolution so that I can sign the paperwork.
Do I hear a motion to approve item 8C?
Mr. President, I move to approve the granting of easements and approval of purchase, or approve delegating authority, that's the one we're on, to Chief Financial Officer Elizabeth Oaks to execute any and all necessary documentation to grant a right-of-way easement at real property located at 1329 Elko Road, Seguin, Texas.
Second.
Motion has been made by Linda Duncan to approve item 8C and second by Ben Amador. Are there any discussions? Any discussions? Any discussions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed, 5-0. Item 8D, discussion and possible approval to initiate the process to call a special election in relation to the tax rate, including, but not limited to, engaging with district's independent auditors to perform an efficiency audit.
This is simply so that we can sign the letter engaging our auditors to start the process of an efficiency audit, which is now required in order to do a voter-approved tax rate election. Something new that came about in the last couple of years. They will compare everything about our district, from our students to our finances, with 5 to 10 of our peer districts. And we would be required to post that online in the next 2 months if we decide to do a tax rate election in November.
Are there any questions of the board members? Do I hear a motion to accept item 8D?
I move that we adopt action item 8B.
Motion has been made by Ben Amador to approve item 8D. Do I hear a second? A second by Denise. Any discussions? Any discussions? Any discussions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed, 5-0. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
So now we'll do item 9, board comments and requests. Does any board member have any comments or requests? Hearing none, we'll move to item 10, to adjourn the meeting. Motion has been made by Ben Amador. Do I hear a second? Motion is second by Grace. Are there any discussions? Any discussions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed 5-0. It is 8:24.